present on this.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I'm very pleased to present this on behalf of Animal Husbandry Department. This is Nandakumar Kripanandam. And thanks to Scotch company as well, distinguished judges and juries here, and also my fellow delegates. Today presentation is about the Animal Husbandry 24/7 helpline. Basically, you have seen in terms of directors had told about the 6 crore, as well we have 6 crore poultry. So overall, this is the in terms of the poultry, sheep and goats and cattles and piggeries we are managing, as well the companion animals, the dogs and cats. As well now we are even helping the birds, etc. So this is what in terms of the helpline assist. So what we have is a single integrated system to connect entire state of Karnataka by providing a 24/7 support. So this is a lifeline for our department, because irrespective of whatever issues, it can be animal husbandry, or it can be a welfare, or it can be any cruelty, or it can be any companion animal rescue. So all these things comes to a single source to this helpline, working 24/7. So we provide a real-time information and assistance and guidance to our farmers, our doctors, entrepreneurs, regarding on loans, schemes, fodders, vaccination, disease control, trainings and innovative techniques and methods. So doctors will call, or the outbound callers will inform, as directors have said in the previous presentation, is about the any request coming from a farmers of any disease or anything. All these things is disseminated even outbound from the this 24/7 helpline. To facilitate animal welfare, prevent cruelty through guided approach by government, local bodies, NGOs and volunteers. To provide emergency 24/7 support in terms of accidents, rescues and natural disasters, etc. So you see currently, earlier, before the 24/7, the public, or they don't know whether, if suppose a cattle is met with accident or any companion animal, they don't have any emergency number to call. Now the system is beautifully done, where we get almost like 5-6 calls in the night, where we help and make sure that the animals are treated immediately with the veterinary doctors. So challenges we faced in the past before implementation of this is no central database, real-time repository, all these things were missing. The no emergency support, limitations on outreach program, where how do we go and create awareness to the public about new schemes or any training programs or any specific information we need to disseminate. So these were all like limitations earlier. Also, the lack of transparency and tracking and tracing of requests and complaints. If someone calls and tells, okay, this is the problem I have, they don't know what's happening with those things. So now it is all made very transparent and very open for the public. Also, lack of decision making, because there was no central database where for them to understand where we have some real issues are, including the inventory, medicine inventory management, disease control or fodder management and artificial insemination, etc. So what is the process we have followed? So this idea came from our Honorable Minister of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services of Karnataka, our Mr. Prabhu Chavan, where he set the tone from the top, and including our public secretary, the principal secretary, Mr. Manivannan, and all the senior officials of the animal husbandry. So they all engaged highly, and they created and brainstormed, and they have set up this entire operating model. And this is not just the where someone is sitting in the help desk. This has a beautiful system which has been interconnected with the policy, process, people, and as well in terms of the tool perspective. And this is the single source of truth. So if I want to know what are the events which are conducted, or how many cases we have registered through the helpline, so all these things can be very transparently seen and reported, because it's all captured through the system. A step-by-step approach, phased implementation, system solution. Also, we have a long-term roadmap connecting the various aspects of the animal husbandry department. And this is very agile and seamless management with high transparency, as I discussed earlier. So let me just go and explain. The target population is the dairy farmers and industrialists. Shepherds, where the sheep and goat farmers, poultry farmers, piggery farmers, companion and stray animals owners and NGOs, wild animals, because we have rescued a lot of wild animals as well as part of this 24/7 helpline. Public health awareness and support on zoonotic disease, as well as in terms of control of rabies, etc., to tackle natural calamities and disaster management. Because when there is a flood or any other natural calamities, either information or managing that for public or the saving the animals, these 24/7 is an immense help. So in terms of what are the benefits, as Director Sir mentioned, it's about the holistic connecting of various aspects. So what is that we are going to achieve as a part of a long term? Number one, how do we improve our fluid milk in terms of process? Are we getting very safe milk without antibiotics, etc.? Or the meat production, how it can change in terms of our state? Can we be one of the major chief meat production in our state, in our country? So all these things, it's all interconnected. How the fodder is managed, the information about the training, the information is about the disease control. So with all the livestock management tool and all these things are interconnected, then we see an entire change in terms of how we operate. Because number one, we have the entire database, we have the 24/7 helpline who understands and manage in terms of all the aspects of queries and questions. So it is not only calls, we also manage through WhatsApp, we manage through Twitter, Facebook, irrespective of whatever the ways the calls or the request comes, we manage the entire aspects, including the social media in Twitter, whatever the request comes, we have a SLA to close everything. So we work based on the SLAs and KPIs, and as well the quality is reported on a regular basis. Specifically, I would call out in terms of the cruelty prevention in terms of either cattle or the companion animals. So we have got multiple appreciation from all the cattle owners, or including like helping the Goshalas in terms of making sure that it's been run properly, helping information through the vigilant officers. So all these things is beautifully managed with the 24/7 helpline. So what can we do? This is an integrated approach connected with policy, people, process, and system. So this is highly scalable, efficient, holistic, and cost efficient. The central database and app-based tool development with cutting.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Could you please conclude your presentation in next 2 minutes?
Or on mute.
Oh, okay. So this is about the public transparency with volunteering engagement is win-win for our nation. So this can be implemented across all states of India. And this is our where our former CM of Karnataka and Honorable Minister, where they have inaugurated the call center. And these are the appreciations we have got through public media and social media. And as well that how we interacted with any emergency support or any rescue, or doctors even going and visiting like any the stray animals. So all these things is possible only because we have a central helpline where everything can be done coordinated through us. So with that, I'll end my presentation, sir. Over to jury for questions.
Thank you. How many farmers are actually using this, your helpline?
Sir, currently, okay. So currently we have around 1.4 crores of farmers.
Yeah.
So across major districts means we are, it's now 2 months old, sir. We every day we get around 300 to 350 calls. In that 50%, we have farmers who are calling us from various districts.
Yeah. So 300 calls per day.
Yes, sir. Yes, per day we are getting 300 calls, and we have just started, sir. We have to still more popularize this whole helpline. But even then, with that, we are getting.
What is your response time for emergency services?
Sir, emergency services has to happen within 30 minutes, sir. So we have to immediately take the call and pass it. And also we do have assuming that all the districts, we have the veterinary doctors' numbers and everything. So we have a geotag of any accident happens, everything. So we send the location to the doctors. They immediately go to the place and treat it. So some of them, we have done it in the midnight, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., morning, 6 a.m. So irrespective of the time, we have the doctors alerted And there are also doctors sitting in the 24/7. So we have the duty doctors across the scene. So they help in sometimes for the farmers or anyone, they help them to say, okay, through the phone or through the WhatsApp, we tell them how to immediately address some of the emergencies, sir. So this one is very helpline boon for many of the farmers and public.
Mhm. No, actually, see, my concern would be in terms of creating awareness, making people know that yes, this helpline is there, so that more and more people can use. So anything you are doing specially to create awareness?
Nandakumar, may I intervene?
Yes, sir.
Madan Mohan sir, good evening to you. My name is Manivannan. I work as the Secretary to the Government for Animal Husbandry. Nandakumar has been presenting on my behalf, sir. If you permit me, I would like to say a few things about your question.
Sure. Most welcome.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you are very right. We have not gone on a overreach activity or advertisement about this system, sir, because I must honestly admit, we have started this 1.5 months back, and we need to streamline because the work as the government norms is from 9 to 5. Whereas when we started this 24/7, there was a requirement for the field officers to work beyond the office hours.
Yes.
So currently we do not have the facility. Some of the officers are out of their own conviction and passion are doing the work around the clock, but we are already moving a file for getting permission to have one hospital in every district to run 24/7. Plus we are also asking for ambulances to deal with it, sir. That's in the pipeline, sir. We expect another 2 to 3 months for that to fructify. Once that is done, then we'll go all out on an advertisement or on an IEC activities, please, sir.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nandakumar, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Mr. Sharma, you have any questions for us?
In fact, I am also of the same opinion as he has pointed out, because you are getting 300 calls per day, and you need huge manpower to cover the entire all these complaints. So definitely you have to augment your manpower also along with these to make it this call center effective. So I also subscribe to him.
Sure, sir. Point taken.
Nandakumar, let me clarify to sir. Actually, he's very right. Sir, currently we have 4,000 veterinary clinics spread throughout Karnataka, sir. And we have around 4,000 odd veterinary officers also, sir. So we have a backbone. The only problem is asking them to work beyond the office hours, sir. So manpower is there, but we might need vehicles plus drivers to drive in the night. So this is a problem now, but not an insurmountable problem, sir. We are sure of getting the permission from the finance department. So in another 2 months, we are going to have the vehicles running 2 shifts and some of the doctors working in 2 shifts, sir. So we'll be able to bridge this gap, sir, which you are correctly identified.
Very good.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you, sir.